Hello, everyone. This is Marita, one who catches lightning, with the Path of Ish podcast, Walking with Our Shadow, where we share ancient indigenous teachings of remembrance, all so we can walk and learn how to walk a path of radical self-love. Welcome, everyone, as we take time, as we set aside the next moments or so together, to sit together, to witness each other, to be in community. It's amazing to be witnessed, and there is a power in witnessing. Today, as we go through these topics that will come up in the circle, I welcome you to put yourself in the place of witnessing. What is witnessing? One might say that witnessing is a kind of observation. But many times when we observe things, we do so because we get something out of it. We get information. We learn. We are curious creatures who like to observe things. Many times we like to observe things without them knowing we are observing them. Some do it in study so that the topic is not influenced by the gaze. Some do it because they enjoy it. There's something there. I think if we take a moment to just get to another level of this, there's something possibly innate in all of us where we are trying to see maybe the purest expression of someone or something, to see them be natural, to notice them act in their own way without influence, that freedom of being. We crave to be in that freedom, and so many times we gaze. Witnessing has a little bit more accountability to it, and witnessing is a practice that happens in many of the circles that I have grown up in and been taught in. It is where you actively listen. And yes, you don't make it about yourself. You don't insert yourself into the subject to change it. But it is a conscious decision to witness and a conscious decision to ask to be witnessed, to be seen. And so the agreement is different. The power is different in this gaze. Some might say in sneaking or in voyeurism, the power is with the person with the gaze. In witnessing, there is equal work, as I have been taught, to actively listen, to actively not attach, to not get anything out of it to a certain degree. It's not about you. Yes, you might learn something, it might reveal something, but you are not going to discover something for yourself when you are witnessing. And when you are being witnessed, there is power in that too. So here there is no power struggle. Both hold power. because there has been an ask, a conscious declaration, an ask and understanding. So today, as we open up this circle, may we step into that witnessing of each other. And the reason that I'm inviting you, if you so choose, to explore this role is because today, as we open up the circle, we're going to talk about self-love as self-mastery. Now, we've had an episode of radical self-love, but the amazing thing of oral traditions is that the more you talk about something, the more you can learn. It's not static. It hasn't all been said yet. And that is the power of story. So with gratitude, grace, and thanksgiving, let us come together as we take our 3 breaths in and out through the nose, starting now. Bringing our mind into this time, into this place, in and out through the nose. Settling into our bodies, into this time, this place, in and out through the nose. Bringing that essence into this time, this place. As all 3 come together, we invite all parts of yourself to enter into the circle. There is something unique about sitting in circle. We've talked a little bit about it, and that's nothing is hidden. You can't hide it in the corners like in a square room. You can't hide it under a rug that is usually square. Sure, there's circular rugs too, but we're talking about the space, the blueprint of this amazing, fundamental energy of circleness. Circle reveals all and allows all. And what it allows us is to examine self-love as self-mastery in a very different scope. Now, usually when we talk about mastery, people are mastering other things, external things. Or if you talk sometimes of mastery of the self, it is control. I'd like to stay curious and playful today with words as we look at a different possibility of self-mastery. Self-love as self-mastery is actually calling for a deep, truly intimate relation with the self. And when I mean about intimate, I'm not just speaking of a sexual nature. I'm speaking of knowing every part of you, having relationship with every part of you, and not knowing yourself as just facts and figures, right? I'm this tall, I weigh this much, I'm this color eye, I eat certain foods, they make me have a reaction. These are my allergies, these are my symptoms. I'm not talking about a checklist of your human symptoms or appearance. I'm speaking about having a deep and intimate connection with the self, with how you move, how you breathe, how you dream, how you ache physically, emotionally, mentally, how you stand and hold yourself when you're troubled or worried or bored, and know all of these things in such an intimate way that you get to love yourself, to claim these things for yourself. Now, some of these things aren't going to maybe be positive, but that's okay. Can you work to make them work for you? Let me give you an example. If you are someone who gets bored easily, this can be a superpower, or it could also get you into some trouble. If you were a kid growing up, or even now, someone who has a tendency of checking out, and it could be for several reasons, but let's just say it's because you have a vast imagination. And so boredom can provide an opportunity to seek something new. And if you have an imagination, it can solve new ways of doing things. It can present things that no one else has seen in that light before. That term, thinking outside of the box, may be boredom. That is how you walk in this world. But also, you could get bored, and that could lead to behavior that takes you away from yourself, that sometimes puts you in harm's way. And so here is this part of you that chooses to express itself differently, which can be seen as something that brings you closer to yourself and your uniqueness, or something outside of yourself that might put you in danger. And if you can approach this about yourself, not in a way to correct it or master it in that way, but to refine it, to say, wow, okay, here is this tendency that I have. And then you ask yourself, where does it show up in my body? You ask yourself, what are the stories in my mind that I have about it? You include your essence and ask, can you reflect on this as well? And you can take this topic and go throughout your life with these three parts and observe, or should I say, witness yourself. Can you consciously ask yourself to witness yourself? And the power that comes from witnessing and being witnessed is what many traditions call prayer, the answering to prayers. Because when you witness something, you can see it, consciously see it change, grow, and evolve. You can remind yourself or the thing you are witnessing of the journey. And so since you're witnessing yourself, as you approach yourself intimately, and those stories of I'm never going to change, it's always going to be the same, and all these things, and woe is me, or the world is hard right now, or anything like that. And yes, the world is hard right now. Yes, there is great struggle and suffering on this planet. Many beings are struggling and suffering and being eradicated. And we can witness all of it. We can witness how hard it is, how easy, how fun, how sad. And we can remind ourselves that it is not the same. And the reason it's not the same is that hopefully one of the amazing things of walking a path like this is that you get to work intimately with yourself more and more every day. And that intimacy brings you into relationship with yourself. And why is that important? Because this life that we are living is the journey, is the destination, is the lesson. If I can learn to know myself intimately, not to manipulate or control myself, and I practice witnessing myself, then from there, you might build different relationships with the beings around you. And maybe this means you have more compassion or grace, or you can just be like, I don't get it, I don't like it, but I'm not going to attach to it. You can see disagreements and not be attached. You can see that maybe you're in a disagreement with someone because you're acting something out and they are acting out their need as well. And if you know yourself intimately and you catch yourself acting out in your agenda, you can make a decision to change. And when you make a decision to change in your reaction to someone or something, then a world of possibilities open up to you. Self-love isn't vanity, nor is it selfish. It simply asks, can I stand in the reflection of all that I am and work with it, be with it, witness it, this gift, this life, these weird habits and tendencies that I have, and actively participate in your life by empowering yourself to make choices that involve all of you. This doesn't mean that on the outside you're going to get everything you want. But this means that even in the disappointment, you will be with yourself intimately, with that intimate part of you that is sad or grieving that you didn't get your way, or upset or frustrated or hurt, whether it's to your body, your mind, or your essence. Hopefully not your body. Hopefully you have not come to harm. And you can stay with yourself. You can master not leaving, not abandoning yourself, being present with it. I recently had someone reach out to me and say, you talk about these trecenas in this Mayan calendar. And I do that a lot on my TikTok, and I teach a lot of it as well as a way of living in a rhythm of life. And in particular, they were responding to a trecena of where really the energy present, right, was of being honest about that which was keeping you from moving on. And I really feel like right now in the world we're at this critical juncture, and with a lot of conversations that I've had over the weeks, many people are feeling this, that a lot of things are being asked to be cleared, to let go in a way unprecedented. Whether these are people who have been practicing and trained all their lives and are teachers of mine, or people who are just living their life in their own way. There is this time that is happening right now for humanity where we must make decisions. What will we continue to allow and what will we not? When times like these happen, there's so much confusion, so much dust gets kicked up. It's easy to get sidetracked. I spoke to someone else this same week and they said, "Oh, thanks for letting me know. It's happening to a lot of people." And I said, "Yes." And what's happening with all of this, with the shadow being revealed, with people learning about self-care, when people learning about rediscovering their roots and their ancestors and standing in their power and everything, as people explore different kinds of traditions and spirituality, as people just confront loss. And this person said to me, "I just can't let go of my grief." And I responded to this person. I said, you don't need to. You just need to understand that maybe in your grief, as you're holding all of this, it's not really about letting go. It's about being realistic. And it's hard to say with grief. And what I mean is grief is a superpower. Not many people look at grief as a superpower. And what these past couple of years have taught us as our lung system has been attacked, which is where we hold grief, is that this earth needs to grieve. It needs to witness what is happening. So I said to this person, you don't need to let go of your grief. Maybe it's your superpower. Maybe you are someone who can actually feel things deeply when others are numb. And so know that about yourself. And know when it is taking you away from yourself or closer. And it's the mastering of it, is the refinement of it, is knowing the edges. Knowing the edges of yourself. Not to conquer, but to accept. And so here we have this riddle of mastery, of self-love as mastery. And this riddle, and the riddle is because it's not about conquering or mastering in that way or doing something. It's witnessing. The power of witnessing that allows you that space to be completely yourself. And as you witness yourself, you authenticate your experience. You don't have to prove to anyone anything. And then you can be honest about your experience. And you can be honest about the stories that are part of our experience that might not be ours, and you get to start unraveling. Well, some people don't like that word. They don't want to unravel. But there is a gift in unraveling. Grandmother Spider teaches us an amazing lesson of weaving. And if you've sat with Spider Medicina, it teaches many things, but one of the things that I was taught, and not just by teachers and elders, but by Spider itself, is that it expects its web to get broken. It expects that it has to go out and repair it and fix it and weave it. And why? It gets excited. That means it caught something possibly. So many times we don't want things to not be perfect, or, as we are speaking today, unravel. And then we don't catch anything. even ourselves. And here, Spider is teaching us that, yes, set out your plan, set out your way, and then catch yourself. And then by catching yourself, you can improve. And then you can go out there, you can weave the web again. So unraveling is part of accepting, learning, witnessing, and allowing yourself to receive yourself, all parts of you, as you continue to deepen in an intimate relation. Know thyself truly. Because when you do, like we've said before today, you can then take responsibility when you are interacting with others. Whether it be someone from the shell kingdom, four-legged, ave, amphibian, doesn't matter, or even two-legged humans. If you can perceive yourself, you can receive yourself. So today, let us take these final moments. Just breathe, and we'll take our 3 breaths. And we'll do a slight, small meditation. And so as we allow all of this conversation, this curious unraveling to happen, let us enter into a deeper part of this circle as we take our 3 breaths again, in and out through the nose, bringing our mind into this time and place. In and out through the nose. Bring our body into this time and place. In and out through the nose. Bring our essence into this time and place with all 3 parts here again as we re-engage with them. What does each one want you to witness about it now? So first, let us ask the mind, oh beautiful mind, what would you like us to witness about you in this time, in this place, in this circle? And let the mind speak to you now. And witness. Don't judge. Just witness it. Allow it to be witnessed. And so once we have witnessed the mind, we ask the body, what would the body want us to witness in this time, in this place, and in this moment? What does it want us to witness of it? And allow yourself, your unrest, your unease, and just witness it. And allow the body to talk. And after about a minute or so here, we take the time to approach the essence. And we ask the essence, what would you like us to witness in this time, in this place, in this circle? And remember, there is shadow material in the essence. And as you have witnessed the three, take a moment and just come back to your center, all of your parts together. And witness yourself. In this time, in this moment, how are you feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally? And just witness yourself. And when you feel that the circle is complete for you, again, you can pause and continue in this meditation. Come back. Take your 3 breaths again. In and out through the nose, thanking your essence for allowing itself to be witnessed. In and out through the nose, thanking the body for allowing it to be witnessed. In and out through the nose, thanking the mind for allowing it to be witnessed. In and out through the nose. Nice long breath out. And thank yourself for allowing yourself to witness yourself in this time, in this place, in this circle, in this plática, in this meditation. As we go around in circle, releasing the circle, thanking it for holding us, thanking all who held it for us. I hope that this week is an opportunity for you to deepen your relationship, your witnessing of yourself. That instead of having a transactional exchange with yourself, you can have one of deep intimacy. Until next time, may you continue to walk the path of radical self-love. And I hope to see you in one of our circles, our Jaguar circle, that is taking applications, or a hummingbird circle that is open all the time. I hope to see you in the circle soon, should they. Once again, it is with deepest gratitude that I bow to you for joining me on this podcast, this episode, this circle, this plática, this meditation, this remembering. I hope that you have stayed curious. I hope to see you in the circle again next week. So make sure that you like or follow. Until then, may you be blessed with abundance of peace and radical self-love.